Ant-Man. Did I love it or did I hate it? Well, let's find out. Let me just tell you a story first before I go into reviewing kinda this movie. I'm actually doing quotations, whatever. So the story is, I've seen only 2 movies in my whole life in a cinema. Those 2 movies are Home Alone, I don't know which one of them, when I was 7, and I've seen King Kong, but I don't know which year. I think probably when it was premiering. Saw it in cinema as well. So those are the 2 movies that I've seen in a cinema. Now, it's been like more than 10 years since I've last seen a movie there. And I decided to go now and watch a movie because with all this superhero hype, I just want to watch movies in fucking cinema, you know, just like be excited with people around me. So I went and saw Ant-Man in 3D because, you know, I'm kind of late, so 3D was the only thing I could have, you know, whatever. So, Ant-Man in 3D. People praise it. You know, the effects work in 3D. And yes, they, at some points, overall, they're like 15 minutes to 20 that actually work in 3D. Now, here's another thing. You have to remember that I haven't seen a movie in the cinema in many years. So my eyes aren't adjusted in seeing that big of a screen. Also, it's in 3D. I've never seen a movie in 3D. So that's what's kind of weird as well. So the first time I put the glasses on, it's like, whoa, what the fuck is this? My eyes start hurting and everything's loud because I'm not used to being that loud. So it's kind of hard to adjust. And the beginning of the movie was kind of like, oh, you know, it's kind of hard. And I thought maybe I should leave the fucking cinema because this isn't for me. After a while, I got adjusted to it. You know, I got used to the loud music and sounds and everything. And I actually enjoyed the movie. Now that's, say, an hour and a half into the movie. Now after an hour and a half of that movie, I didn't saw the movie alone. My ass started hurting. Why? Because I wasn't really that into the movie story-wise. Because if you know me, you know I enjoy stories a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really interested in most of Marvel's stories. Now, this doesn't mean that they don't have good stories. Because, you know, I don't know most of the lore. I can put in Easter eggs here and there, you know, understand every single one. But I did catch the Spider-Man Easter egg, all the other Easter eggs, you know, the basic ones. I did catch those ones, but they weren't really anything special. Here's my problem with the Marvel Universe connected to this movie. Now, if this movie was a standalone without having anything to do with the Marvel Universe, it would have been fine. It would have been a fine movie without having to have those things into it. The Falcon, now I'm gonna spoil, fuck it, I'm spoiling it, the movie's been out for so long. The Falcon is in the movie, you know, the black guy with the flying stuff that's gonna become Captain America probably. That guy, his scene was probably one of the best things in the whole movie. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, everything else felt dullard in that moment. That was fun, but it wasn't Marvel type of fun. You know, because usually the Marvel type of fun is super childish, all that bullshit. This felt more Guardians of the Galaxy type of fun, which, you know, in itself is not with the Marvel formula, which, you know, the same thing, same movie, just different villains, same shit villains, that is. And that's the one thing in this movie that just stood there, and it was like, yes, this is a Marvel movie, part of our universe. It's a shit fucking villain. Now the fucking costume on Yellow Jacket, man, that shit looked awesome. Like, fucking great. Actor behind it, absolute garbage. The whole motive behind it was absolute shit. Like, I don't know. Is it because I don't understand the character? Is it because I don't know the character? I don't know. But this is the first impression it makes to me. And me being, you know, I have seen all of those other Marvel movies. I know how their villains are. And they're fucking shit. And this is no different than anything else. And it's pissing me off. The whole, fucking Hydra made me fucking whatever. What? Hydra again? This Shield bullshit? I'm tired of Shield. Shield, I had, I was like, oh, cool, Avengers kind of brought in S.H.I.E.L.D. What is S.H.I.E.L.D.? I should watch the TV show. So I went and watched the TV show. It was absolute fucking garbage. And I was like, oh, okay, fuck S.H.I.E.L.D. now. I don't fucking care for it. And now they're starting to push S.H.I.E.L.D. down my throat. S.H.I.E.L.D. this, S.H.I.E.L.D. that, Hydra that. Nobody fucking cares. Like, it's absolutely like, there's the main protagonist, the secondary, the third, and there's like absolute shit down there. That's what fucking S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra are. They're absolute fucking filler. I don't care for it. I'm pissing, just, oh, it's pissing me off. I'm pissing all over the fucking movie. But the movie wasn't that bad. There were parts that really pissed me off. And I was like, whatever, and all that type of shit. Of course, there were funny parts where most of the crowd actually was laughing. But there were a lot of fucking dull moments. And the girl I was with when we were watching the movie, she was like, oh, the action was great. After the fucking half hour and something, whatever, hour and a half, fucking mid, whatever, around the last parts. It was funny. Thomas the Train became real. Oh, that was great. Yeah, fucking. And I was like, choo-choo motherfucker. And she laughed. That was great, right? Okay, but before the thing, she was like, the whole story was so slow. It was boring. It was about a guy robbing this other guy, robbing that other guy. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It absolutely was the same thing used multiple times. And I get it. Scott Lang. He's a fucking crook, and that's his thing. Okay, but you're not, you're point is to establish the Ant-Man character, right? You're supposed to make him be the hero, be the spotlight. In this movie, he isn't the fucking spotlight. I mean, for me, he was because I fucking love Paul Rudd, but he wasn't in the spotlight. He wasn't the main guy. Fucking whatever his name, Douglas was. God damn it, I forgot his first name. It's pissing me off. Whatever. He was the main guy. And that's kind of freaking shitty. It's really freaking shitty. Him, his daughter, everybody else was part of this. Shut up, Facebook. Was part of this ensemble, right? But why does it made me think though? Why does it need to be like that? Why can't you have somebody like that? This is why I'm gonna bring in Superman. Superman was in an ensemble cast, right? I mean, we're talking about Man of Steel here. He was part, of the Kent family. He had his father support him, his mother support him, and have all of that stuff happen. But in the end of the day, it just didn't make any sense to have every single other character be on the same level as he is. I just want them to concentrate on the main character. Why is it so freaking hard? Do what Man of Steel did. What Man of Steel did was they got the Superman character. Yes, they did make him into a Jesus role. I don't give a shit. But the point is, if you're gonna have to establish this character to put into a universe, concentrate on the character and not just the main fucking supporting cast. I'm trying not to yell. I'm just trying to be quiet. I don't want to blow a fucking gasket or something. It's pissing me off that if you think about it, the only superhero Marvel movie that hasn't had this level of, supporting cast being on the same level as the main cast, as the main protagonist, is Iron Man, the first one. The first one was just Iron Man. That was it. And if you consider it freaking Edward Norton Hulk, right? Those were the two movies, Marvel movies, that were just about that one character. Every single movie after that became about him and his freaking sidekicks. Every single one. I fucking hope DC doesn't do this shit. I want them to, if you're doing a fucking Batman movie, Batman, maybe Robin, but don't put Robin on the same level or in the same spotlight as fucking Batman. It's a fucking Batman movie about goddamn Batman. Have good villains, have everything. Don't do what Marvel does. Marvel has shit fucking established characters. They're so fucking cheesy, and it's really fucking annoying. Really, just their motives are so freaking stupid. They're so casual. I don't know how to explain it. They're so typical, the typical villain of I look evil and my motive is I want to be better than you. And nothing. I just want to be better than you. So I'm going to make this formula that's a replica to yours, and I'm trying to, make it better than yours. And because you were being a dick to me like this one time, and you didn't care for me, even though you freaking made me your apprentice, what the fuck, right? And then you're super mad at him, and you go against him, and then you fucking try to kill everyone. Take over literally, why were they trying to create the freaking armies of yellow jackets? Why? Why? It's not like you're in World War II or something where you need those soldiers. You don't need those soldiers. What do you need them for? You got the fucking Avengers. And oh boy, did they talk about the Avengers. Woo, buddy. The Avengers were like, we have them. Here they are, the Avengers. We're not going to show them to you. Here's the base, the Avengers, right? That was a cool moment. It's that was supposed to be a different building, but it's not. It's the Avengers building. And that was a great moment. But after that, they keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And after the whole movie was about to end, oh, the Avengers are looking for you. What? Yeah. And they said, so pretty much they said, you should join the Avengers. And it's like, okay. And the fucking movie ends. That's it. Boom. And it was made into such a fucking shit segment. It was ridiculous. The whole thing where people say, whatever, Pena's guy, whatever his name, I don't know, forgot his first name too as well, fuck it. So, I want to say Michael Pena, but that's probably not it, whatever. Mr. Pena, right? He was everybody was like, he's the greatest, he's the greatest, he's greater than Paul Rudd, he's way funnier than him and all that shit, but I was like, no, he wasn't funny at all. I mean, he had some moments, but I enjoyed freaking T.I.'s goddamn performance better than his. He was forceful comedy. Forced fucking comedy into a character like freaking Ant-Man. Wasn't Ant-Man supposed to be kind of funny, right? Isn't that his thing? I don't know about his character, but I got that impression. So, Paul Rudd is a comedian. He's fucking Paul Rudd for jokes. He had jokes. They were great. Why do you need a fucking comedy character? I love the fact that they didn't force the romance. I mean, they did force it, but they didn't tease it a lot. There was just the only scene of them kissing behind the door. It's haha, cool. You're an asshole, Scott. Yep. You're a fucking liar. Yep. And then, that's it. That's all the romance you got in the whole movie. And it was fantastic. This was probably the least romantic Marvel movie ever. I mean, freaking Iron Man 1, I think, had more romance than this. And I enjoyed it. It was about kind of family, And it was very different than usual Marvel movies. And I know it sounds like I'm complaining about most Marvel movies. Well, it's because I am. I'm really disappointed in those movies. I'm really, really hoping that they learn from this movie and take some of the things, not the bad things, because Marvel intends to take the bad things and put them into every single other movie. This movie, when I came out of it, I was like, you know what? This movie was great. After I walked a bit, I started thinking, wait, well, I can't remember a lot from that movie. And then it hit me. This movie really isn't anything special, except for some of the moments, like the Falcon fight. That's the only thing that I can remember, the main things that I can clearly remember. So, there were moments, it's pretty much a final verdict where it's there were some moments, but they weren't a lot of them. The movie had, great visuals, as you'd expect from a 2015 movie. Again, the 3D did help into, say, the bathtub scenes, all that stuff. It helped here and there. But when you get used to it, I don't know if it's because I got used to it, or maybe the 3D just downgraded around the end of the movie. The whole fight thing, it didn't really feel anything special. But yeah, the movie is I'm pretty sure if I go to bed right now, I'm not going to remember anything from it. I mean, I remember just those moments that I talked about, but I will forget everything else. And just the final thing that I should talk about Ant-Man, the movie, is the post-credit scene, which I knew it was gonna happen, and I told her to wait, and she was like, why? And I was like, there's a thing at the end, and she asked me, why is there a thing? And I had to explain to her that they intend to do that. She didn't understand, even though she understood the Avengers. I don't know if she's seen it. Whatever. Point is, the post-credit scene. I've read, I think yesterday, that there's an alternate post-credit scene thing, and there's an alternate opening scene now on the internet somewhere, which doesn't make any sense, because that means you're altering your whole movie. What? But anyways, the ending I saw was the reveal of what a Wasp, the now I guess the new Wasp costume that Hank Pym's daughter is gonna become. And I get it because Ant-Man and Wasp are usually a thing, so I get that the past Ant-Man and the past Wasp were a thing, and now the new Ant-Man and the new Wasp are a thing. I don't think she is gonna really work as again, I don't know much about Wasp, but she didn't seem like a character that could hold her own. But I'm pretty sure she's not gonna have her own movie or something. She's usually gonna be together with fucking Hank Pym. God damn it, he's the original fucking Ant-Man. That's what I'm thinking about him. With Scott Lang. Both of them are not gonna be separate. They're gonna go together, and they're not gonna split apart. They're gonna be a package if we're gonna see them in the Avengers. But it was nothing special. That was it. That was the whole end credit scene. I'm pretty sure this is the thing that your mother and I wanted you to be, and then another touching moment. And that was it. That was the whole thing. But I mean, if I were to rate the movie, I don't know. I'd give it a 7. Seems high. I'd give it a 6.8 out of 10. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.8 out of 10, I guess. I mean, I don't want to shit on it. It was fun to watch, but did it have a lasting appeal? No, it didn't. It didn't at all. So I think I'll be watching more movies, more comic book movies. I'll be watching other movies as well, but I doubt I'll be reviewing them. I mainly be reviewing comic book movies that I care about. Now, I didn't say I cared about Ant-Man, but I was curious about it because people kept saying that it was different than the usual Marvel movies. So I was like, okay, maybe this is going to be a fun movie. It was a fun movie, but it did still feel like a Marvel movie, even though at some points it felt different. Maybe they're trying to, twist some turns there on the Marvel formula, and let's hope it's for the good. But yeah, at the end of the day, my final verdict is, you probably won't remember this movie after you've watched it. Give it a day or two, you forget it. So it's a 6.8 out of 10 for me. I hope you enjoyed this review, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.